Hello, welcome to RC Video Reviews. I just got done with the maiden on my Defiant Spec Wing, and one of the things that I mentioned multiple times throughout that video, probably a dozen times, is I needed to add a little bit of a mix to counter torque roll that I was seeing on the plane while I was flying. So this video, I'm going to show you how to do that in OpenTx. I want to point out that you can use techniques like this for other situations on your plane as well. So for example, let's say that you hit the throttle and your airplane climbs and you don't want it to do that. You could use a technique just like this to counter a tendency to climb under power. So instead of, in my case, I'm going to apply an offset to an aileron. You could do the same exact thing by applying an offset to your elevator. Okay, so I'm just going to do it for the aileron for the sake of brevity on the setup today, but I want you to think through the logic of it and understand how you could apply this in other scenarios on your plane. Say for instance adding flaps, you might want to add a flap mix that does something similar. There are 5 things we need to do in order to add an offset to counter torque roll. The first thing we're going to do is create a curve that will define the parameters for the offset itself. The second thing we'll do is create an input that's governed by the curve. And then we have to add a special function which will change the global variable based on that input. That's the key. That's the key to the whole thing. The next thing we'll do is create a logical switch that will trigger activation of the curve in the mix. And I'm also going to hard code in a non-triggered event in the mix just to make sure that I don't have any gaps in logic. And then finally, the last thing we'll do is apply the global variable to the offset in the mixer. That's the 5th step. Okay, let's get started. Hey, if you like the work I do here on RC Video Reviews, please consider joining me on Patreon. For about the price of a cup of coffee, you can help me keep making videos just like this one. If you'd like to help out, there's a link in the description and on your screen. I've got my Defiant model loaded up in Companion, so the first place I'm going to go is the Curves tab. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use a 3-point curve. Normally I use 2-point curves, and you guys know that, but I have a very specific reason for using a 3-point, and that's that I only want a touch of aileron added at the end of the throttle throw. Okay, so as I punch the throttle all the way up, once I get past 80, I want the radio to start adding right aileron to counter the torque roll. So for that reason, I'm going to use a 3-point curve, and I'm looking at 80%. So if you do the math on that, you take a range of 200, that's negative 100 to positive 100, you multiply that times 0.8 and you get a value of 60. So what I'm going to do is use the custom feature, and I'm going to take this middle dot and I'm going to put it right over here at 60. So if you look on the top there, in this field up top, you can see I've got 60 right here. That's where I want my curve to start taking effect. And then for my offset, this is the offset part. I'm just going to start with a few points. Let's call it 10. We'll call it 10%. So that's an offset of 10% on weight. And that might be a little much, but I'll show you how we can deal with that later. We'll get to how we deal with that in a little bit. So that's my curve right there. That's my curve. That's how I'm going to start. The last thing we'll do on the curves tab is name it, and I'm going to call this the anti-torque roll curve, ATR. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2, we're going to create an input that's governed by the curve. So we'll go to the input tab and we'll pick any input line you want. And I'm going to use anti-torque roll again for my input name and my line name. And my source will be throttle. All we've done in this case is created an input that uses the throttle as a source, and it's governed by the curve. That's it. It's that simple. Next thing we have to do is create a special function that modifies the global variable based on the position of the throttle stick. So this is step number 3. We're going to go into global function. You can pick any one you want. I'm just going to pick SF7, and I'm going to go all the way down to the bottom, and we're looking for this value on. So we'll set on, and then we're going to adjust GV1. You can pick any GV you want. And for the parameters, I'll use the source, and the source I want to use is my input. That's ATR. This is my anti-torque roll input. And I'll put a check mark in the on box. Okay, that's it for step number 3. Step number 4, we have to create a logical switch to trigger all this. So I'm going to use logical switch number 1. And here's that part that I mentioned earlier that's important about the curve. So I'm going to use A is greater than X, and my source will be the throttle. I want to use my throttle. And the value here is 60. See, this is what matches up with that curve that I made earlier. If you remember earlier, I made this curve 60. Well, I want that curve to take effect at the same time that this logical switch goes active. So I set them both for 60. That's also why I used a 3-point custom curve, because I could slide this dot over to 60. Okay. So now I'm back on logical switches. The other thing I want to do is give myself the opportunity to turn it off. Remember I told you I'll show you how to deal with it in case your curve is too aggressive and it's too much. You can turn it off. So we'll add a switch in here that says and SG is not down. So the SG switch is right over on the top right of the radio. So as long as the SG switch is not down, then this logical switch will go active. The idea here is that if you don't like what you're seeing, just pull the SG switch to you and it stops everything. You'll go back to normal flying with no adjustments, no dynamic adjustments to your offset on your ailerons, okay? And that'll give you an opportunity to tune it. And you also might find that later on during a flight that when your battery voltage is a little low, the torque roll is less significant. And you could get into a scenario where you say, hey, at a certain battery voltage, let's do less torque roll. That's a whole nother topic, but let's just stick to our guns here and use a kill switch for this offset. So what I've done here is created an opportunity to say, if you don't like what you see, just pull SG down toward you and that will stop the offsets. Okay, that'll stop it. Okay, that's step number 4. Step number 5 is to go into mixes and apply the offset. So you'll notice in mine, I've got a launch offset that I didn't like. So I'm just going to delete those. I don't need those anymore. I didn't like those for launch, so I'm going to kill those. And then the next thing I want to do is dress up my initial input just a little bit to use a switch. Remember, I told you I was going to use a logic trap that said I want to make sure that nothing can fall through the gaps here on my mix. So I'm going to say if not logical 1, then my normal aileron mix takes effect. And I need to do that here and here. I want to say if not logical 1, I want my normal aileron mix to be in effect. The other thing I want to do before I make any other changes, I want to show you how to kind of set this up for yourself. So I'm going to go into the simulator before I do anything else, and I want you to look at my ailerons. So my ailerons are on channel 1 and 2. Remember, this is a wing, so it's an elevon mixer. So look at channel 1 and 2, and yes, I have a negative 19. That's my trim value, and I have to work that out. I will work that out. I think it's due to weight, but for now, that's what it is. So I'm going to move my stick over to the right, and you can see on channels 1 and 2, when I make a right-hand turn, both channels 1 and 2 go more negative, okay? So when I let go, I'm at 0 and 19. If I make a right-hand turn, I'm at 34 and 48, okay? So if I let go, I'm back to 0 and 19. So it's real important because we got to make sure that that's what's happening when we add our offset in our mix, okay? I want to make a right-hand turn or add right aileron for my offset when the throttle does its thing. So both of these have to go negative, okay? That's key. Make sure you know which direction they need to go before you add this to your mix. Now that we've got that done, I'll right-click on my aileron mix on the first line. This is my port wing. I'm going to right-click and hit copy, and then I'm going to right-click and hit paste. And I'm going to go into this value right here. And the first thing I'll do is change my switch to be logical 1. So when logical 1 is active, this mix becomes active. And then the next thing we're going to do is for the offset, we're going to put a check mark in and we'll use GV1. Now I'll copy this, and because both of the ailerons use a positive value, see it's a positive 50 here and a positive 50 here for the aileron, I can use the same exact mix on the starboard aileron. So I'm going to right click and hit copy, and then I'm going to come down here and hit right click and paste. And now what will happen is when logical 1 is active, I'll have the offset determined by GV1. So let's go into the simulator and see how it works. All right, remember we're using logical 01 and logical 0. Thanks, radio. Logical 01 should go active when we're at about 80% throttle. So let's test that first. We'll take a look at logical 1. I'm going to move my throttle up to about, it should hit 60. When it hits 60, down here on the right-hand side, when this comes to 60, you should see logical 1 go active. So move it up to 60, and there's 58, 59, 60. There goes logical 1. Okay, so that's about 80% throttle right there. And you can see on logical 1, that's lit. Okay, let's pay attention to the ailerons now on channels 1 and 2. Remember, if I'm making a right-hand turn, both my channels 1 and 2 both go negative.
5 minutes.
Thanks, radio. I'm going to turn that down. Okay, so I'll show you again real quick. I make a right-hand turn, they both go negative. Okay, so I'll let go of the stick. Now I'm going to move my throttle up and watch both of them go negative. See, they're both following that global variable curve, which, by the way, you can see is right here. That's my global variable. So the offset is being applied right there. I've got a 10% global variable, and I've got a 10% offset on channel 1, which is neutral. It's 0. When I have no manipulation of my offset, it's 0. So there's no trim on that one. Okay, so when I get below 80%, so here's 60 is the value, but that's 80% throttle. You can see the ailerons go right. Now when I come back below 80%, they're returned to neutral, and then anything below 80% is non-effective. And I'll show you why. Let's go look at the curve real quick. The reason why is because this point right here is where that curve starts to take effect. Anything below that point, there is no offset. The offset is 0. So the global variable is 0, which means you have no offset. If I go out and fly that wing and I find out when I punch it, it wants to climb, all I'm going to do is take the same exact premise and I'm going to add it to my elevator. As I add throttle, I'm going to add a little down elevator. So there's the mix for doing that. It's the same exact concept. Well, there you go, guys. Now you know how to add a dynamic aileron offset based on throttle position for your real fast airplanes that give you torque roll. I hope you liked the video. If you did, please consider subscribing. 60% of the people who watch my videos don't subscribe. It really matters. It really helps with placement when people subscribe to these channels. And don't forget to hit that notification bell too, so you know a new material is put out there. Don't forget to check out my affiliate links in the description. That's all I've got for today. Take it easy. First, we're going to create a curve. Okay. All we've done in this case is created a... What have we done?